Howdy all, I'm standing on Königsplatz in Munich. So, you ever wonder how a subway line handles a massive convention? Well, the U2 serves Messestadt West and Messestadt Ost, home to the Munich Convention Center, which is massive. And right now, there's a trade fair going on, the Bauma trade fair, which is the largest in the construction industry. So, am I interested in construction? Not particularly. Am I interested in how the U2 handles the crowd demand? Absolutely. So, we're gonna go check it out, see how well the U2 holds up under massive demand, and it is just about rush hour, so this could potentially be a decision I regret later. All right, so we're leaving Königsplatz, heading down into the U-Bahn station of the same name. Just the U2 today, no U8, because it's not a Saturday. You can see on the sign over there, they do have it signed for Bauma, so very helpful for people trying to go to the convention. It's not been crowded so far. Alright, so I'm at Innsbruck-Coving. I got off here, which is, to do a completely pointless transfer. The U7 normally leaves, well, it splits off from here to go to Neuperlach Zentrum. Not today. Today, it's actually going to Messestadt, because, for all the demand. So there's actually a U7 coming in 2 minutes. You want to take that?
U7 Richtung Messestadt Ost.
Station really wants you to know that it's Mo's fault. Really wants you to know that. Like a lot. Maybe like one story tall letters? Yeah.
Messestadt West.
Alright, so as you can see behind me, it's really not crowded. So many people are leaving Messestadt, so I guess we'll have a harder time leaving. We'll see. So you can actually, on C2 trains, request the doors open before the train stops. It's pretty cool. Alright, so I'm at Messestadt West. That train is continuing to Messestadt Ost. I got up here because I wanted to walk to Messestadt Ost, kind of go above ground and see how it is. I can already tell you, I'm not going to film you the station because there's so many people waiting for the train back into Munich. They got crowd control, they got extra security, so they're definitely aware of the increased demand here. There's just a taste of what's going on here. So it is a naturally lit station partially, which is very nice. But yeah, there's a lot of people leaving. All right, so you can see the little plaza behind me. Messestadt is also just a neighborhood as well. I think there's a lot of hotels, a lot of businesses, but I believe I'm guessing there's a decent amount of housing as well. Have not ventured back there. But I use the U2 pretty frequently, and this last week it's been extremely unreliable. So many delays, overcrowded trains. There was a train I physically could not fit on. That's how bad it was. So they have it figured out, but not quite. Alright, so while you watch these transit accessible ducts, I will say that running more frequent trains would be good. I think that's what they've been trying to do, but in reality what happens is trains get overcrowded, they get delayed, and there's just been, a lot of randomness in the U-Bahn scheduling lately. But today, for some reason, I got here just fine. It's the one time I don't need to actually use the U2 to, get somewhere that's important. And of course, it's, really easy to use, not crowded. It's just been a pretty bad week for the U2. We found a transit accessible goose. I think it's a goose. Yeah, I thought it was a swan at first. But no, you look very goose-like. Rate this goose 10 out of 10. I'd rate this goose a 10 out of 10. Except you like to bite, apparently. Someone told me walking by that you like to get aggressive. Yeah, maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. All right, bye. Interacting with a goose was not on my to-do list today, but that was fun. I mean, I can't exactly walk in there because, you know, I don't have a ticket or anything. I mean, it is just what you'd expect. It's just a big exhibition hall after exhibition hall. Pretty standard for a big conference like this, I think. And I know I was complaining about, you know, U2 frequency before. To the actual Messestadt stations, so Messestadt Ost and Messestadt West, they are running U7 trains. So every U7 train, as far as I know, is running here instead of Neuperlach Zentrum. That's just to increase frequency. The problem is when this section of the U2 has delays, it compounds. I think this is what's happening, and the rest of the U2 gets screwed up. So it's great that they're getting trains here. Everything on the U2 north of Hauptbahnhof, though, it's been a rough week. So judging by the lack of transit buses at Messestadt West, I assume they leave from Messestadt Ost, which is the terminal station of the U2, and for today the U7. I mean, I guess this makes sense. All right, made it to Messestadt Ost. That's the bus bay pavilion entrance to the station. I think there's probably gonna be one on this side. So if you guys didn't believe me, this was a construction convention before, I'll just refer you to the 587 cranes that are here. So yeah, as you can see, people are pretty much just filing out at this point. This ends in less than an hour, so. Oh, I saw this thing from above ground, figuring it was some sort of outlet into the station, and yes. Yes, it is. So I'm pretty sure this is some sort of like sundial clock thing. Not sure how to use it, but it's April, and it's about at the 6 line, 6 p.m. We're not quite at the 23rd of April though, so not sure, and that would be up there. If anyone knows how to use this thing, well, let me know in the comments. All right, so as you can see, they got lots of crowd control, and again, also lots of people. All right, they're making us walk further down the platform, but this makes total sense. They're making everyone use the entire space available. And they do have temporary signage as well, so this is actually very helpful. You know, typical MVG wayfinding, which is generally pretty good. Trains here. All right, after going through Messestadt West, it is pretty crowded on board. All right, getting off the train in Turing. Interestingly enough, this is an offset platform, so I'll show you guys what I mean. You know, you have this side right here, and you know, we're in the middle of the platform, but the other direction is the end of the platform. It's very much offset. So overall, do I think the U-Bahn can handle the Messestadt visitors? I mean, yes, it can. That's why they have, you know, 2 separate stations with crowd control. I mean, they're doing what they can, and they do run the U7 there as well. I guess the big thing is maybe don't screw up the rest of the U2 for the sake of having, you know, better train service here, which is great, but I don't know. It's been annoying to use the U2 the last week. And again, there's also construction going on in the U6, so it's like maybe MVG has their hands full. I would assume this is what's going on. Yeah, no, overall, I guess pretty much what was expected for a conference of this size. Well, let's go get the S-Bahn. Thanks for watching. If you guys enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe, do all the above. Hello from a random Class B. They're great. And yeah, I'll see y'all next week, I guess. So enjoy your weekend.